This video is sponsored by Phoenix Farah Cards. If you need supplies of singles or splits for Cardfight Vanguard, especially the ones in the video, do check out Phoenix Farah Cards today, and as a bonus, use the promo code MetaNerd to get an amazing 5% discount. And with that being said, let's get on with the video. Greetings YouTube, welcome back to the MetaNerd channel. I am Marcus, bringing you another video for Cardfight Vanguard Willdress. In this video, we will be going through our Lord and Savior that basically is responsible for the first invasion as well as the destruction of Gizeh, and he makes a return, Messiah. So this is basically similar to Chronojet, where this deck is basically revolved around striding. I didn't cover Chronojet as mostly due to it's already popular as is. This deck is actually quite similar to Chronojet. They are both striding decks, so we're gonna expect some really broken stuff from this set as well, because we all know how broken Chronojet is. So this premium set is definitely going to be as broken. Well, not yet, but still soon. Let's take a look at what the new Messiah in Overdress in Standard will be doing. First off is Asleep Messiah. Auto, when this unit is placed by riding on Neon Messiah, draw a card and you get a alter ego Messiah Crest. So this is basically the same as Chronojet, the Grade 1 Rideline within Chronojet. It basically just on ride and draw one, as well as getting the Crest, which is this card over here. So the Crest is a little bit different from Chronojet. I mean, it's just that one extra skill. The rest of it, I think it's largely still the same. You basically let you have a 13k base alter ego Messiah. You are able to stride, as well as giving power for every face up card in the G zone. Broken. There's nothing really much to talk about this card. This card is just like a very generic grade 1. You just ride and then do some very minimal stuff, and then we just move on. So you don't really want to run this as a grade 1 rearguard, because it does not really have a grade 1 rearguard skill. Moving on. For the Crest, this is basically your license for you to basically start striding. If you don't have this card within the specific boss unit that you have, you will not be able to stride. So I guess this is a way to help balance out the mechanic a little bit. So the Crest for Alter Ego Messiah, continuous, you can perform stride and you cannot write grade 3 or greater cards without Messiah in their card names. Second skill, continuous, the original power of your grade 3 cards with Messiah in their card name becomes 13k, including hard cards. Third skill, continuous, during your turn, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Messiah in his card name, all of your front row units get 5k power for each face up card in your G zone. And lastly, auto, at the end of your turn, unlock all of your opponent's lock card and bind those units. So like I said, this is basically your license to stride. Similar to what Chronojet's Crest does, this basically means that this is a big power boost to your front row units. During the 4th turn or 3rd turn, if you are going second, most of your rearguards are gonna get 5k. It's very stupid. Which is why all of these grade 3 bosses does not have the persona right. If they have the persona right, it's gonna be so stupid. We all already know how stupidly broken Chronojet is. This just makes it even more broken. And not to mention, Messiah largely is a very defensive deck because they do draw a lot. Well, not really as much as what the old Messiah does, because the old Messiah has a lot of locking stuffs, but this one does not really do that yet. With the extra skill of you binding whatever you unlock at the end of your turn, this is basically a nerf as well as a buff for the lock mechanic, because as we all know, the lock mechanic will only be unlocked at the end of the opponent's turn. But with this Crest on the field, it means that your opponent is able to get rid of the locks, but for those lock cards, they are going straight into bind zone, which will definitely counter some deck. For example, Virina. Roaming Prison Dragon is another unit that might get countered pretty heavily with this card. So this mechanic does kind of, you know, like I said, it's a buff and a nerf, so it depends on how you look at it. For me, I think it's a much better way to handle locks, because as we all know, in premium, locking is very annoying. It's extremely annoying. You can agree, you can disagree, it's up to you. If you want to introduce lock as how it is in the old days, the current decks we have in Standard will not be able to handle lock if the lock mechanic is not nerfed to what this Crest does. So very nice balancing to be introduced here. But of course, once again, this Crest is just stupid due to the power boost for each of your front row units. So that's the main issue I have with this one. But overall, I think, I mean, after Chronojet, I am not surprised. Moving on to grade 2, we have Awakening Messiah. Auto Soul. When a grade 4 with Messiah in its card name is placed on Vanguard circle, you may call this card to rearguard circle. If you call a card, so charge 1. Second skill, auto. When this unit is unlocked during your turn, choose one of your units in the same column as this unit, and it gets power plus 10 until the end of turn. So it's basically free calling when you are striding, which is very, very nice. You don't really lose the soul because after you call Awakening Messiah out to the field, you basically instantly soul charge 1, which is very, very nice. And as for the second skill, it basically tells you that this card is going to be the main target to be locked by your own skill, because we all know Alter Ego does have a locking skill. So this card is basically going to be the prime candidate to be locked. And not only that, upon unlocking, which, you know, the grade 4 Messiah does, this card is able to give another unit in the same column as this unit the 10k power, which is very, very nice. And not to mention, it could basically just give himself the 10k power upon unlocking. It's going to be quite a stupid power boost, if you know what I mean. I think this card can be run like multiple copies within the deck, because you do want to soul charge quite a bit in this deck. And if you do manage to soul charge this card into the soul, whenever you stride, he's just gonna call himself out to the field, which is very, very nice if you ask me. Who knew that Messiah could superior card from the soul this easily? And of course, there's one more card that you can play to soul charge, so you know. Moving on to the boss unit, Alter Ego Messiah. Auto Vanguard Circle Generation Break 2, active if you have 2 or more face-up G units in total on your Vanguard Circle or G zone. When any lock cards is unlocked, cast Soul Blast 1 and draw a card. Second skill, auto Vanguard Circle. When your G unit strides during your turn, cast Counter Blast 1 and lock a rearguard. Choose one of your opponent's rearguard, lock it. Choose one of your Vanguard, it gets 5k power until the end of turn. Locked card cannot do anything. They are outlocked and turn faced up as stand at the end of their owner's turn. So basically, it's largely still the same as the old days Alter Ego Messiah. And as you have already noticed, this is basically your only way of locking your opponent's rearguard as well as your own. I mean, there's still another card that basically could lock itself after it attack, but this is your one other way for you to lock your own rearguard as well as the opponent's. I mean, this is still like very early on into the support reveal. We still do not know if there are other locking stuff going on in this deck, but still, by having you locking the opponent as well as your own, it basically both cripple your opponent's defense because they can't really intercept, as well as basically allowing you to multi-attack. I mean, we do know that this deck will be unlocking their own rearguards, in which once unlocking, those rearguards are going to be at stand. So it's just going to be a multi-attack. And one thing to note here is that the first skill is not once per turn. So if you are able to lock 2 of your opponent's rearguard, when they get unlocked and as well as bind due to the crest, you are able to Soul Blast 2 to draw 2 cards. If you manage to lock all 5 rearguards, you can basically just Soul Blast 5 and draw 5. Really stupid, right? Which is also why this mechanic has been going up in price, because at this moment, Brandt Gate does not really have a lot of soul charging stuff. I mean, with the exception of maybe Prison as well as some on hit to soul charge. They are technically not really that reliant, but Mikani here is actually very consistent. You basically call Mikani out to soul charge 1, and you can just put him into the soul without even targeting any Mikani from the soul to call out. This is basically like a 1 card to gain 2 soul, and then those 2 soul are gonna just draw you cards whenever the opponent's rearguard is unlocked. So if you don't have this grade 1 Mikani and you're planning to play Alter Ego, if possible, try to get them as soon as possible, or you know, wait until it crashes and then just get it. I don't know at this point, but yeah, it's a very, very nice boss unit to be welcome back to standard, and I'm sure a lot of players will want to play this deck, and I mean all of you. For the grade 4, we only have 1 grade 4, but there's possibly going to be another one because there's 2 types of grade 4s in the Chronojet deck, so we're gonna expect like another one, possibly Azalix Messiah. So for this one, Genesis Dragon Amnesty Messiah. Of course, since it's a grade 4, this card can never be in your main deck. What he basically does is auto Vanguard Circle. When this unit attacks, cost Counter Blast 1 and turn a card from your G zone face up. Choose any number of yours and your opponent's lock card and unlock them. Choose one of your rearguards, it gets 5k power until the end of turn for each card unlocked with this ability. This card I think is like one of the more dangerous cards back in the days to be introduced in Vanguard, but there is a little bit of a twist here for Amnesty Messiah. It is one of the ways for you to basically unlock your rearguards for more attacks, because once again, if you unlock your rearguard, they are at standing position ready to attack once again. What this means is that you will be able to make 5 attacks in total. It's basically safe to say is that Azalic's Messiah is the same way. It's one of the main feature of Messiah deck. Now keep in mind here is that currently there is no point for you to unlock your opponent's rearguard with Amnesty Messiah, unless of course it is your final push to basically kill your opponent. Because if you do unlock the opponent's rearguard, you will not be able to activate Alter Ego Messiah Soul Blast 1 to draw 1. You cannot do that because your current Vanguard is Genesis Dragon Amnesty Messiah. So with the combo with Awakening Messiah giving more power to the column, we should be expecting like Messiah that will be hitting like a truck, literally. So yeah, I mean, this is only like the grade 4. I'm already scared now. But hopefully Bushi does give us something that could countermeasure the power level of Messiah. Last, of course, is the grade 2 that was introduced alongside the premium strike deck is Arrestor Messiah. Auto Rearguard Circle Generation Break 1. When this unit attacks, if you have a Vanguard with Messiah in its card name, this unit gets 5k power until the end of that battle. And at the end of the battle, lock this unit. It's still the stapler support card even in the old days. This is basically the stapler. Even if you're not playing Messiah, you're playing like some Messiah deleters or something, this card is still around. So this card is basically a 15k minimum attacker that locks itself for you to basically unlock with Amnesty Messiah, as well as activating Alter Ego's Messiah skill. Because keep in mind, even if you unlock this card with Amnesty Messiah, he is still able to lock himself for you to, once again, after he attacks for the second time, I mean technically it's still the first time because it is treated as a new unit. So he's able to still activate his skill to lock himself, and at the end of your turn, once he is unlocked, you're able to activate Alter Ego skill to Soul Blast 1 to draw 1. So very, very nice card to be run in Messiah. This card is going to be really annoying. And yeah, main target to be powered up with Amnesty Messiah, because this card does not really gain a lot of power, and Awakening Messiah does gives power, so you know, more power. And you can see that there's a lot of power going on within the Messiah deck. Be very careful. And that is all for this video. Do let me know down in the comment section of what do you think of the Messiah. Personally, I'm expecting this whole deck to be on the similar level as Colonel Jet, but after seeing it actually reveal, I'm actually a little bit worried that this deck will be too broken. Do like and subscribe if you like this video, and of course during the bell notification icon so that you don't miss a video I upload. With that being said, I'll see you all on the field.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.